Hi Leo, this is your love reading for Libra season, September 22nd through October 22nd. And we are already over a week into Libra season 2018. I know, I'm sorry, I was moving this month, so please forgive me. I'm a little bit behind, but we'll skip right into your energy and the energy you're meeting and your advice for Libra season. And then we'll pull a card as well for, or we'll look at Scorpio season as well, the next season, for you see where these love messages, where this, where your love life is headed in Scorpio season. You know. We're going to use the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, actually, for this reading, Leo. Well, we're going to use a couple of decks, but I'm going to start with the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck for you. And I'll have information about all of the decks in the description of the video, of course. Now, these cards, it's an 81 card deck, and they can't be likened to the traditional tarot, but all decks sort of get specific with their definitions anyway. I love these, and I love honoring and respecting the creators' definitions by reading straight out of the book. But for this reading, I'm just going to read intuitively with these cards. Probably, you know, like in the minor arcana at least, to, you know, just my feelings about the tarot, my eclectic collection. I just know this one wants to be used for this reading. I just know Leo wants this deck. You've got the integrity card showing Leo, but it's in reverse. And, you know, this is a good example. This is number 23. So, immediately, you're outside of the parameters of, you know, what we would have had to work with in the Deviant Moon Tarot. And I knew this is where we wanted to look. I'll let you look at these images again. I'm going to let you be on this, see this reading more clearly with me. And then you have the Queen of Air reversed. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to say when I saw integrity reversed. I just feel like someone's not being honest with themselves about something, Leo. It's like you're not being honest with yourself about something. It's like you're not being honest with yourself about something, and so someone else, you know, can't see your truth because you're not being honest, or vice versa. You know, you're met with, it can be for some Leos that you're dealing with someone who's, you know, it's not necessarily that they're lying to you. Well, it's they're lying to you through lying to themselves, if it's, or the other way around. And this is just a love interest, really. I said the same thing to Sagittarius. I don't think that this is I don't think I'm talking about a love interest partnership that's been going on for like a really long time. I think I'm talking about just a love interest, something pretty new and fresh. But it's like someone's really not over someone else, one of you in the situation. And it may be you, Leo. Like your heart is telling you to be with one person, and your head is telling you to move on and move on to this new person. But they, you know, you're getting a version of them that can't really interact with your truth if you're not honest with them about the place you're coming from. And I'm not trying to attack you, Leos. It's just what's coming through here. And I'll get clarifiers as well. I think in Scorpio season, coming out of Libra season and going into Scorpio season, I think that Leos, I think that you realize that it's a head or heart decision. See, and for some of you Leos, you're not engaging in anything with anyone. Your love life is you're staying single because you are obsessing over this person, relationship, event from your past, breakup. Yeah, Leo, I think it's you who is not being honest, but it may not, you aren't all trying to get involved with someone either. So for a lot of you, we're just talking about, not being honest with yourself about the fact that you're not over someone, how you truly feel about someone in your life, maybe. And it's tricky. It takes one to know one. I'm not saying this. I'm not, again, I'm not trying to attack you, Leos. I see something similar to something I've been through, and I really don't have any Leo in my chart. But what I can be talking about, we can hide our own feelings about someone from ourselves for so long. And I mean, it's almost like potentially some of you have cut this person out and blocked this person from your mind and your heart, and have yourself pretty convinced that you do not have feelings for them. For some of you, possibly because of a three-party situation. I think that's really just for a few Leos. I see that in an A3 card showing up as a clarifier here. I'll let you watch these fall out with me now. That's good. Or, if you do have a love interest, if you are trying to engage in something with someone new in order to move on, and I can appreciate that dynamic as well, where you really, you're not quite ready, but you really need to move on in order to move on, right? It can be that the other person, and this is sort of the situation that I can liken to the one I was in. It could be that the other person to you seems like they're being obsessive about the past, your past. Like they're being judgmental and rushing to assumptions. But really, it's because, on some level, they can see and sense and feel that part of you is with someone else still. Or not even with someone else. It can be an event, like I said, from your past, instead of necessarily a person or relationship. Maybe it's something that you're not completely healed from that happened. And again, we could be talking about a three-party situation. And the advice, Leo, is really to take, definitely, the advice here is really to take a look at this person, or okay, for those of you who are engaging and moving on, you're starting to flirt with someone's, or just the beginning of seeing someone, the advice is to take a second look at them. Take a look at that. Take a look at that opportunity. You know, it's not these 3 cups that have spilled. It's not these 3 cups that you were thinking about and obsessing over. You know, it's not this event, this person, this relationship from the past. It's this new offer. Take a look at this new person, or take a look at this free open space where you could meet and someone new who you know, hopefully doesn't hurt you like this other person did, if that's the case. Or who just fits you better if the two of you maybe just didn't at some point, you know, for some reason over a certain issue. You know, the advice is yes, to mourn the loss, but also turn back around and look at these other 2 cups. Check out what you are gifted with presently, probably because of your loss, right? And see if you can't hold on to that. See if you don't want to hold on to that. If, you know, I really see the message here that to reinspect whatever person is your current love interest, if you have one. Yeah, this your lesson in Libra season is about healing. It's about well, perspective and self-empowerment, shifting your perspective in order to heal. Yes, self-empowerment in order to heal. Self-empowerment, because that's what, you know, what we're talking about is being honest with yourself about what you need to heal from losing this person or going through this event. I sense that it was a traumatic event of sorts for some of you, finding out about this other person or whatever took place between you and the energy from your past that you're sort of stuck on. Yeah, overall, this is about walking away from something that is no longer meant for you. That quote, loving the sound of your feet, walking away from things that are no longer meant for you. Questing toward higher things. And yes, healing. We have renewal here with this starfish from Paulina Cassidy's SpirtSong Tarot. And there's also this sense here, Leo, and Sag got the same message too, but with the 3 of Wands showing up in reverse, I do see the message of it being wary of your arrogance. There has to be a give and take. That's definitely here in your advice with the 6 of Earth. There has to be a give and take, an equal give and take with whatever energies are in your present. Some of you do have a love interest that you're engaging in currently, even though there's a event, relationship, and or person from your past consuming your thoughts still. Maybe your subconscious thoughts and your dreams, and you are consciously unaware of your true feelings on the matter still, like I said. But you can't be arrogant. You can't be so arrogant as to think that any energies that are your current love interest will stick around and stay interested if you don't turn around after you've taken this proper time to mourn from the losses that you're obsessing over in your past. And there's some, there is, I think that this is, if there is a current love interest, I think that this has great potential for you. And I do think that they're a person and an energy that's worth you taking a second look at and giving more time and energy to. But if you are Leos who are here, feeling like and saying and well aware that you just can't give that energy to someone else, if you are feeling like you're forced to deal but you need to withdraw, maybe your friends are setting you up, or you've gotten yourself involved and now you're in too deep, forcing yourself down that path can also be something that you're not meant for, that you walk away from. Not because this person isn't worth it, actually because they are, and because this whole thing is about, because your lesson is about healing. It may be the case for a lot of Leos that, this is a great person, and if you were in a better place, you guys could really have something, but you just need to sort your shit out a little bit. And I don't say that with any urgency either, because again, the lesson is about healing. So healing takes time. Renewal takes time. And like I said, if this has resonated with you, and this is not the case for all Leos, certainly, definitely not. This is just the message that's coming through, and I'll tell you, like I told Sag, I ask for and hope to receive the ones that are most needed. I really, that is often a lot of what comes through, and it was like I was setting that intention and asking for that, and then I hated to give the worst of the messages, but I'm just, that is the intention, that is what I ask for, and so, you just have to know it's obviously not for every Leo, but to nudge you in the right, direction as far as the perspective shift that would need to take place if you have resonated with this, where you're headed in the Scorpio season, again, like I said, is acknowledging that this is, your emotion versus your intellect. And what I'm suspecting is that you've got these intense emotions about this person, event, relationship from your past. And at some point, you've logically told yourself, or you've told yourself that, logically, in order to get through your day-to-day and do what you need to do, you had to put them in the past, keep them in the past, sort of make yourself move forward. I get that, and it's just, there is no shutting the door and ignoring it, though, without walking through the emotions, dealing with the proper mourning process, the proper healing process, acknowledging what you're seeking instead, heading toward instead, which is a big part of why you're leaving what you're leaving behind. And I think that's just what some of you tried to do, and the best of us do, Leo. So, that said, it's going to come back up this season. For some of you, it is already. It's either going to come back up in the form of it dawning on you that you are obsessing over your past because it seeps into your conscious finally, or it's, just showing up clearly in someone else that you begin to engage with romantically, who's obsessing over your past or judgmental about it, and you can see that you begin to see that it's because there is something really there to sense about whom you're thinking about, where your heart is. Yeah. that's a lot of what needs acknowledged, Leo, is where is your heart? Who is your heart with? I think when you ask yourself that question, what does my heart want? Where is it? Who's keeping it? I think you know the answer to that question, and that's what we're talking about, is trying to deny that, and it hurts you, and it definitely would hurt anyone else that you try to engage with romantically. And, if you needed to expand on this, we could certainly do a personal reading. What I see coming, because it's different specific for everyone specifically, but what I see coming in Scorpio season is this all may reopen the box to where there's a decision again about that emotion, or head over heart decision. The healing certainly needs to happen. The mourning certainly needs to happen. You certainly can't just ignore that your heart's with someone if that's the case. But it's like logically, that you two aren't a good combination, that you just don't fit. It just won't work. You can't go back. So there's just some re-examination of that, though. For some Leos, they reopen that discussion within themselves, at least, in Scorpio season. But we will have to leave it at that, Leo. Thank you so much for checking the reading out. I hope that you're taking something away from it. I hope that you got some insights, some help, something that you didn't have when you came to the reading. And for those of you who are called to or feel inspired to like the video and subscribe, thank you for that. Welcome, Lunarticks. And thank you for your comments, your shares, your messages, and for supporting me through donations and purchases. All of our energy exchanges are truly appreciated. Thank you. And if you are interested in those readings, those personal readings, just scroll down to the description of the video. All the options are there. lunartickstarot@gmail.com is how you can get a hold of me. There are autumn readings up for you all, so I will link the fire autumn reading in the description of the video as well. All of the individual readings are time-stamped. And I love you very much, Leo. I loved reading for you, and I will post another tarot fix for you as soon as I can.